It's been virtually impossible for young up-and-coming designers to launch products out into the world as solo founders. There are resources that you must have access to in order to be able to go through all the engineering development processes in the hardware space. We're excited to be introducing our modules into classrooms because for the first time ever, we're empowering young and up-and-coming designers to be able to take their ideas and launch them into the world.
What we're doing here at our workshop is anything but normal. The designers here are going from a concept to a fully working consumer electronic device in a matter of days. And the industry average for something like this is over 12 months.
There's a lot of hard engineering problems that occur when designing an object. It's a painful process in the sense that it's lengthy and requires some sort of competencies that are not really easy to find in textbooks. Really what you need is decades of experience to do a good mold and to do a good project and a good process. In our case, we don't need to care about that, we just print it.
Oftentimes you see a lot of products out there that are extruded squares, boxes, all these regular shapes and forms because of the constraints of injection molding or all the different processes. But with 3D printing, we kind of break the mold.
When you're putting products out into the world, design is an iterative process. Having a modular ecosystem means now you can iterate in the hardware space.
Yes.
What's the weather going to be like tomorrow in San Carlos?
There's not a whole lot of delay from ideation to development and manufacturing. You don't have that long span of time in between when the designer gets the idea and when he actually gets to hold it in his hand.
So having a modular system like Nascent Objects really allows the designers to be creative around the experience first and foremost and not really set your mind on manufacturability or cost constraints in the very beginning.
The Nascent Objects platform is great in that you can have something tangible very quickly and develop an idea and to put it into a 3D form as a proof of concept. I think that's critical in any design project.
You have the puzzle pieces in front of you, and sometimes it can be hard enough just figuring out what those puzzle pieces are going to be. So for me, what's intriguing is just the fact that the sourcing's kind of figured out for you. The fact that this is formed to just plug and play. So you've eliminated that risk factor, so it's made it a lot more accessible.
What I designed was a pendant sculpture that is a security camera, but also could be used as a Alexa-enabled speaker. With that, it adds a sculptural element to the technology, and it's more of an artistic element that you could add to your house.
We like the idea of an individual inventor being able to build a product, but it rarely works that way when you think about consumer electronics. And the reason is that when you have that many people involved, that much editing, an individual idea can't really shine through. And so the designers in this workshop have made all the decisions for their products. Everything from functionality to design to who the user is, completely unedited.
It's all about being able to come up with a sketch or an idea and turn that into a fully functional product. We're empowering designers to take that integrity of design and to launch that from concept all the way through to market using a modular consumer electronics platform, and this has just never been possible before.
Nascent's ecosystem, it's freeing us from being almost confined by standard design and manufacturing. As long as we have the ability to model it and create it in CAD and make sure it's able to be 3D printed, we have an object.